What up, world? Thank you for tuning in to another segment of Durag News. I'm your host, Rich Friedman, bringing you this week's news. I don't know if you heard, but they're talking about us being on social distancing until 2022. Now, what kind of foolishness? We're deep in it, and at this point, there's no turning back. We're going to have to get used to this new norm, but don't you worry now. Durag News will keep you updated with the news. President Trump stops all federal funding to the World Health Organization indefinitely. He says that the WHO needs to be reviewed for several mismanaging and covering up the spread of the virus. Back in January, Trump tried to put a travel ban on China, and he was met with opposition from the WHO. He believes the travel ban would have helped dramatically limit the spread of the virus to the United States when the virus was first mentioned. He blames the World Health Organization for the dangerous and costly decision because they opposed his travel ban earlier in the year.
Could have been stopped in its tracks. Unfortunately, they didn't decide to make it public, but the whole world is suffering because of it. I called for a ban from people coming in from China long before anybody thought it was. In fact, it was your network. I believe they called me a racist because I did that.
The U.S. funds $400 to $500 million to the World Health Organization annually. But Trump isn't the only person in the White House that is holding them accountable. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says that the organization didn't hit at the top of their game, and we need to make sure we push through their efforts during this pandemic.
We need to make sure it's delivering on those taxpayer dollars. The World Health Organization is no different in that respect. They have to execute on the mission that they are designed to achieve, and we've seen, with respect to the World Health Organization, here we are. It hasn't accomplished what it was intended to deliver.
The U.S. has been the largest supporter of the WHO since 1948. Now let's see if this halt on funding will change things drastically. Bill Gates says that Trump's decision to hurt funding is as dangerous as it sounds. Coincidentally, Bill Gates is under fire for the claim that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation conspired with China for the creation of the coronavirus so that they can push the global vaccine agenda to vaccinate everyone around the world, which would financially benefit their pocket as well as the pockets of communist China. But peep this. Recently, I found this patent for the coronavirus that was filed in August of 2017. Check this out. And if you look at the applicant company, it's Bright Institute, which is funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's a research company. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. But you should do your research on them. Now we're going to check in with young Specs with the unwavy moments of the week. Specs, what up, though?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Unwavy Moments of the Week. Let's get into this first video right now. Here we go.
Hey guys, here's part 2 of me attacking my husband. But fear not, I took some self-defense lessons this morning and I think I can take them. Hey babe, you want to see what I learned in defense class today?
No.
Why not? You a pussy?
What the hell were you recording for?
Don't worry about it, come on.
Oh my fucking God.
You ready?
Whatever.
Ah!
How you gonna get my money back?
Oh! Love you!
Fuck off.
Man, she went flop. She went flop. Down on the ground just like that, man. Oh my God. Self-defense classes obviously didn't pay off for you, sweetheart. Man. And she came at her husband like, yo, what you gonna do about it? Wanna come see what I learned in self-defense class? What, don't be a little bitch. Man, that will piss any man off if you say that to them like that, you know? That is just like, I know she's playing around, like it's a fun thing, you know, and like she laughs it off at the end. But, man, like that was embarrassing. That was just straight up embarrassing. Oh, man. Imagine if there's the other way around, though. If, like, the man was challenging the wife, and the wife just whooped The wife just whooped the man's ass just like that. But like, you know, he seemed like a good guy too. You know, it's a nice chocolate vanilla boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Well, they ain't boyfriend and girlfriend, they're husband and wife, but you know, it's crazy. Hopefully the fucking cops don't find that and like put the black man in jail for defending himself against his wife, his white wife. I don't know. Days are crazy. We'll find out. Next video. Let's see what we got.
Win!
Win!
Almighty!
Almighty!
Strong!
Strong!
South wind!
South wind!
Heat!
Heat!
Burn this thing!
Burn this thing!
In the name of Jesus!
In the name of
Satan, you bow your knee!
Satan, you bow your knee.
You fall on your face!
You fall on your face.
COVID-19!
COVID-19.
I blow the wind of God
The wind of God
on you.
on you.
You are destroyed forever,
You are destroyed forever.
and you will never be back.
And you'll never be back.
Man, if you ask me, it seems like that dude was in cahoots with the devil. The way he was talking, the way he was just choosing his words in a very, very slow pace, odd way. I don't know, man. There was something ominous in the air the way he was talking, and it is like, I don't know if that helped. I don't know if that would help the cause, man. I don't know. Like, there's something about it, just the way the way this dude talked was just like, COVID-19. Like, what? You're gonna be blowing like what that? Oh man, that just didn't land. That didn't land. And it's even more awkward that there's not an audience. It's just a bunch of old white dudes repeating what that other old white dude's saying. You know, it's just odd. It's just like it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem uplifting at all. It doesn't seem like COVID-19 going around causing all this chaos. We're looking at church and be like, oh crap, they scared the crap out of me. I'm gonna go away and not hurt nobody no more. You know? I feel like COVID-19, if the COVID-19 monster, metaphysical monster did see that, I feel like he would have just laughed in their faces and caused more chaos. He would have been like, losers, go around and keep killing people. You know? I feel like if you had more people, obviously we can't do that right now because, you know, social distancing. But if there were more people in that church and everybody was feeling that dude's energy, that might have been better. Anyway, this was another segment of Unwavy Moments of the Week. I am your host, Jan Specs, and thanks for tuning in. Back to you.
So that pastor want to act like he can rid the virus with that weak-ass prayer? He's a clown for that. But thanks, Specs, for that breakdown. We appreciate you. In political news, Joe Biden has received endorsements from Obama, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and pretty much all the Democratic candidates that ran against him. He's going to need as much support as he can get for this upcoming election. He is the Democratic frontrunner, and I hope he stays true to his word back during that debate a few months ago. And he says that he was going to select a black woman as a running mate. Many suggest that Georgia politician Stacey Abrams would make a good fit as a running mate. She has the experience, a strong history of executive and management position in the public, private, and non-for-profit sectors. She also has 25 years of independent study on foreign policy. I think she qualifies. She would make a good fit. Although she will be competing against some women that have way more notoriety than her, like Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, or Amy Klobuchar. We're in 2020, and we still have yet to see a woman in a position as president or vice president, and that needs to change. Yes, I guess it is a good thing that Biden says he will have a woman as his running mate, but it is way overdue. It's about damn time. It's like we're still in the early 1900s with this misogynistic bullshit. Women should have been in power. That's what I think. In southern China, many Africans are facing forms of racism due to the online claim that the coronavirus is spreading amongst Africans.
Africans living in Guangzhou say that they're being kicked out of their homes and face harassment as health workers step up testing for imported infections. The African Union, Nigeria and Ghana are calling on the Chinese government to address concerns.
In the city of Guangzhou in China, a McDonald's was not letting anyone that was African into the restaurant due to the false claims of the coronavirus spreading amongst Africans. Not only in McDonald's, but African students and citizens all around that city in China are being forced to have COVID-19 testing even if they show no symptoms at all. Hundreds of Africans were forced out of their homes and hotel rooms, and many of them forced to sleep on the street or lobbies of hotels and in front of police stations.
African people in the southern Chinese city Guangzhou were driven out by their landlords and had to stay on the streets. Another video shows many Africans dragging their luggage aimlessly through the streets of Guangzhou. One of them says, "We are just walking on the road. They can't give us a house, they can't give us a hotel, and they cannot provide a place we can stay."
This discrimination of the African people is unjustified due to these false claims of the spreading of the virus on the internet. That's why this fear-mongering from the media and the government needs to stop. It's justifying the built-up frustration that some people already have and giving them a reason to attack these Africans. We all know that the virus was created in China, and that's just facts. But shame on the media to infer that a group of black people are at higher risk of having the virus. The media should be more specific and say that people with pre-existing conditions are more at risk from dying from the virus, not necessarily getting the virus. No matter what race you are at a high risk of getting the virus if you're outside or around people. Right? And that doesn't even put you at a higher risk necessarily for getting the virus, but if you have preconceived conditions or notions or whatever, you can possibly die. But we all can catch it. This is not the time to make any one race the fall man for something that is out of our control at this point. And think about it. All these attacks on Africans really don't make any sense. If they have the virus and you're getting close to them to push and shove them around, then you're going to get it too, dumbass. So why are you pushing them around? Why are you even fighting them? Let them rock if you believe they have it. And here in the States, some Chinese officials want the president to stop referring to the coronavirus as the Chinese virus. They're calling that a form of racism. But at least these Chinese folks here in the States aren't being forced out of their homes and being attacked by the people around them. China, y'all got to get it together. That ain't right. I know that too. And now with our new segment, Durags in Hip Hop with Chaos 360. Yo, Chaos, what's the scoop?
What's good, everyone? This is Chaos 360. And it's the new segment, Durags in Hip Hop. Let's go!
Oh, it's start time! I don't go to churches just to show my face. I'm all about the worship. It's worthless if he ain't in the place. No one told me how a little Kim could make me lose the faith. I told this, or I'm a hair behind, bet I won't lose the race. Stockton them alone with no title. Still my role is great. Pick me. I got my hands up like I got number 8. Defense is all around me till I see the pearly gates. No man knows the day nor the hour. Guess I'm early late.
Today on Durags in Hip Hop, we'll be talking about 2 rappers that had a big impact and a deep influence on people's lives and the way we move. Bashar Jackson, known as Pop Smoke, a Brooklyn rapper, 20 years old, killing the drill scene, labeled on the Billboard charts at number 22 with the songs Welcome to the Party, Dior, and Shake the Room. He had a very big impact on hip-hop and loved by many rappers like Fabulous, Casanova, 50 Cent, and the list goes on. Speaking of 50 Cent, there was talk that 50 Cent would be producing Pop Smoke's last album. Sadly, on February 19th, he was shot twice and killed in a Hollywood home invasion. It's not confirmed who or what really happened, but R.I.P. Pop Smoke. Before his life was shortly ended, Pop Smoke was pursuing different lanes that no one expected. Singing, yes, singing. On his new album, he'll be singing the hook on some of his tracks. And really, I would have liked to hear that. I think the people would have liked to hear that. I think we would have gravitated to that more because we already knew him as the rough rapper that he was. Changing the game, I think that would have been a move. Today, I feel like gangs are leading rap, and they're taking it from a negative to a positive. This next person we're going to talk about had a very big impact on my life, Nipsey Hussle. He was an artist, actor, entrepreneur, and the list goes on and on. Nipsey Hussle was a very conscious rapper. He always gave good advice and told you to be humble in all your surroundings. It'll get you far. Always be loyal to the people around you, your family. Treat people how you want to be treated, with respect, and just a good person, just how to be a good person. And on the flip side of that, he always taught you about being financially stable, having your own job, you know, as him being a rapper, owning all the rights to your songs and having your own label, doing it from the ground up instead of a way that everybody else is doing it now, like on Instagram and just, you know, jumping straight to the money and not thinking about the hard work that gets you from point A to point B. You know, those are the things that Nipsey Hussle definitely impacted me on my life. Definitely changed the way I look about spending money and where to put it. He could have came out and taught us about being in the gang. He kind of did teach us about things about that, but it was about getting out of it, not getting into it. What this can do to you if you get into it. I respect him for it, and I wish I could have had a chance to meet him. I want to get the tension off the room, but I must talk about this tension. 50 Cent and Ja Rule. I'm back at it again. With this quarantine going on, it's been getting a little crazy. And I think IG stocks have been going up. With the DJs and the rappers battling on here, I think it's getting a little hot on there. It's getting a little spicy. But you know the one I want to see? You know one caught my eye? 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Now I know 50 Cent already killed his career and he bought out all his seats at his concert. But on IG, I think that might be a little different story because they do got a lot of hits. I can't wait to see this battle. It's gonna be historic. And this is the first installment of Durags and Hip Hop. I'm Chaos 360. Back to you, Rich.
Yo, Chaos, that was a dope segment. Hip hop has inspired the world, and I'm glad you keeping that Durag energy, brother. Keep it strong. Most of y'all check your bank accounts and have seen that you received your stimulus money. I know damn well you got hype, and you should be, I guess. Just don't spend that money on bullshit. I suggest you save it because we don't know how long this pandemic is going to last, and you may need it later on. Also, keep in mind, I did read parts of the stimulus bill, and to no surprise, this is not free money. If you check page 147 of the bill, it states that the money given to you is an advance refund. So don't get too hype. It could just be an advance on the taxes you would be receiving next year during this tax time. So they got you. Like I said, don't spend that money on bullshit. Save it. Thank you for tuning in to another segment of Durag News. We appreciate all that watch every week and subscribe and share our channel. Big shout out to those of you who follow our Instagram and stay up to date with us daily. You see, we're back with another one, and we're keeping up with the big media. See you next week, and make sure you keep that Durag energy, y'all.
I wanna make it TV. Shout out Young Swiss.
I don't go to churches just to show my face. I'm all about the worship. It's worthless if he ain't in the place. No one told me how a little Kim can make me lose the faith. I told this, or I'm a hair behind, bet I won't lose the race. Locked in them alone with no title. Still my role is great. Pick me. I got my hands up like I got number 8. Defense is all around me till I see the pearly gates. No man knows the day nor the hour. Guess I'm early late. I heard they hate, but all I saw was love. Yes, I'm watching you. Whoopee, star left the table. Who gon' watch the view? Y'all more mixy than the ones who be recording you. The blockbuster has returned. Call it overdue.